Hello and welcome everybody to our next episode of WorkPoint 365 Explorer. Today we will focus on the most frequently asked question from you about the WorkPoint Quality Assurance Management solution. For that purpose, I'm very happy to welcome Simone LaFontaine, our Quality Assurance Manager at WorkPoint, who will share her knowledge with us from a specialist perspective. So welcome Simone, and thank you very much for joining WorkPoint 365 Explore today.
Yeah, you're most welcome.
Thank you. Simone, as you know, we will have two different episodes about the most common question from potential customers or interested persons about our quality insurance management solution. So I think we just jump into the first few questions. I will always ask the question in the perspective of the potential customer so that you have this feeling as well. We are ISO XYZ certified. How does the WorkPoint QA solution help us comply with the ISO standard?
Well, it's a really good question, Florian. What a lot of people who know about the ISO standards are familiar with is the concept of retained documentation. So ISO standards, regardless of it being within quality or information security, often require you to retain documentation of certain procedures or activities that you do, and that's where WorkPoint really can help you. We have the functions to enable controls to ensure that you always do a risk assessment before you go into a supplier relationship, for example. It can also be that you have a procedure for controlling access to information, where we have a lot of functionalities that can ensure, who has the access to this information or these documents, and we can also have a look at, who has accessed it.
Perfect. I think ISO standards are very, very important for everything, especially, of course, for manufacturing. The funny fact is I was in our demo solution last week and I saw that it is very easy to find the right ISO standard. They are predefined, you can select them, and it's very easy to use them. So that's a very, very nice point. I think we go on. This was a brilliant answer, so we just move on. We have a handbook today, but it isn't categorized very efficiently. How do you navigate in a WorkPoint handbook?
Well, so first of all, regarding the handbook, easy navigation is key, because when you have a workforce that needs to be able to quickly find and locate the right set of instructions or guidelines for operating machinery or doing things in your operational environment. So you can't waste a lot of time, because then people will get frustrated. So what we have developed is a tool to easily structure all your policies and procedure descriptions and guidelines and whatever supporting documentation that you have, and easily navigate through it. And thanks to all the functionality that we have that controls that the right people only have access to the right materials, you can make sure that your workers only see the elements that are relevant for them. They will see the materials that they have the right to view, and they can go and read it.
What I think is I think I'm going into the next question, but I think it's important is the difference between working documents and published documents. And I think it's very interesting that you can narrow down your results to whatever you need in which operation or sales, which department, whatever. So I think it's a very, very easy and nice way to navigate in our handbook.
Really, we have put a focus towards also, one thing is that it's easy because it's nicely structured, but we also put a visual element to it, that you can add some visuals, because that helps the eye find, what am I looking for? It can be that your organization has icons that you want to put to, this is operation, this is administration, and we have a way to put that in. And another thing I want to highlight is that this functionality is actually very usable on mobile devices as well, like a tablet or a mobile phone, because a lot of the time you will have your workforce standing in the field or in an operational site, and they might not have access to, say, a laptop.
Yeah, I think that this is very important, that you can really access the right documents wherever you are right now. So thank you very much. We move on. So certain documents are require internal approval before publish. That's why I say I moved a little bit forward. How is this done in WorkPoint?
So in WorkPoint, we can, thanks again to the mechanisms we have regarding access control, we can set it up so that only, for example, a reviewer and an approver have access to documents that are in a draft stage. And then you can have a separate set of documents where you say these are the officially approved and published documents. And you can control exactly who should have access to the drafts and who should be able to view them or update them. And then you can ensure that the workforce that you have, who maybe shouldn't be confused with between drafts and published documents, that they will only view the published copies.
That's very nice. I think there is a big danger about that people have access to documents which they are not used to or should not have access to, and use maybe materials which are not approved, like you said. I think about this, our quality assurance management solution is brilliant, I think. So thank you so much, Simone. I'm looking forward to our next episode in the next week, and we'll go through another round of questions about our quality assurance management solution. So make sure you stay tuned and don't miss our next episode. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.